Have you ever noticed how a raise feels good for about 2 weeks, and then life goes back to feeling tight again? Not broke, not struggling, but somehow not moving forward either. This is something a lot of people in the US and Europe experience quietly. You graduate, get a decent job, your income grows over time, and yet, year after year, your financial position feels almost unchanged. Same stress, same constraints, just higher numbers on paper. Let's walk through why that happens. Imagine a fairly normal situation. You're in your late 20s or early 30s. You earn, say, $70,000 a year in the US or $55,000 in Europe. On paper, that's a solid middle-class salary. But after taxes, that income looks very different. In many U.S. states, $70,000 might become around $50,000 after federal, state, and payroll taxes. In parts of Europe, 55,000 euros can drop to 35,000 or 38,000 euros after tax and social contributions. Now divide that monthly. About $4,100 in the US, about 3,000 euros in Europe. This is where reality starts. Rent or a mortgage comes first. Maybe $1,600 for a modest apartment or 1,200 euros in a European city. Already a third to 40% of your income is gone. Then transportation, a car payment or lease, insurance, fuel, maintenance, easily $500 a month. In Europe, maybe less for the car, but more for public transport and city costs. Now student loans or past education debt, credit cards you used early in your career, maybe another $300 to $500. Utilities, internet, phone, groceries, and suddenly most of your good salary is already allocated before you've made a single decision that feels extravagant. So where does the sense of stagnation come from? The mistake isn't laziness, and it's not irresponsibility. It's that as income increases, expectations quietly move faster than awareness. When you earned less, you shared apartments, you drove an older car, you delayed upgrades. As your income improved, your lifestyle didn't jump once. It adjusted gradually, almost invisibly. A slightly nicer place, a more reliable car, better clothes for work, more dinners out because you're busy now. None of these choices feel wrong in isolation. In fact, they feel reasonable, mature even. But here's the math most people never do. Let's say every time your income increases, your fixed monthly costs increase by $300. A better apartment, a newer car, subscriptions you didn't have before. Over 10 years, that's $3,600 a year in additional fixed expenses. Invested conservatively over decades, that money could represent hundreds of thousands in future net worth. But instead, it becomes invisible lifestyle infrastructure, things you now feel you need just to feel normal. Psychologically, this happens because humans anchor their sense of progress to comfort, not to net worth. We don't feel richer when our balance sheet improves. We feel richer when our daily life feels easier. So we optimize for ease, convenience, speed, comfort, social belonging. The problem is that ease compounds in the wrong direction. Higher fixed costs reduce flexibility. Reduced flexibility increases stress. Stress makes people seek more convenient spending. It's a quiet loop. And if nothing changes, 10 or 20 years pass with a decent income but limited financial optionality. Financially intelligent people don't escape this by being extreme or frugal. They think differently about progress. They separate income growth from lifestyle upgrades. They delay locking in permanent expenses. They care more about financial slack than financial appearance. To them, progress isn't a nicer car. It's the ability to say no, to take time off, to absorb shocks without panic. They understand that a good salary is not wealth. It's raw material. What matters is how much of that material is converted into freedom rather than obligations. This doesn't require dramatic changes or guilt-driven cutbacks. It starts with clarity, understanding why a good salary can still feel like standing still, and realizing that the feeling isn't personal failure. It's the default outcome of a system designed around consumption, convenience, and social signaling. Once you see that clearly, decisions become calmer, more intentional, less reactive, and progress slowly starts to feel real again. If this kind of analysis helps you think more clearly about money and modern life, you can subscribe to the channel.